Hello guys, my name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot to not like about that last game against the New Orleans Pelicans. Some of it I've already mentioned, but there's one thing I want to talk about today. One thing that actually really got me upset, but I didn't mention it in the last video because I only really had 10 minutes to talk about it. And at the end of the day, some things just slip your mind. But I've definitely been reminded about it today, ladies and gentlemen. And that is that one of our players, I should say, one of our upcoming players, our rookie, Buzelis, only played 4 minutes and 42 seconds in that last game against the New Orleans Pelicans. Now look, did I expect him to come out there and get 20 minutes, 25 minutes? Maybe deep down I thought that could happen, but ultimately no. But 4 minutes and 42 seconds? Are you crazy? Let's talk about it in this video. But before we get any further, if you liked the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about these Chicago Bulls and why on earth did Buzelis get 4 minutes and 42 seconds? That's a genuine question. I need that answered right now. I need someone to explain and give me a logical reason as to why our rookie, who was picked 11th overall in the last draft, was projected to go a lot higher than that for most of the year. Played a heck of a preseason, a heck of a summer league. Why did this guy only get 4 minutes and 42 seconds? I'm much as in the video, I'm joking. Now look, let's play devil's advocate here, because I always want to bring a fair and honest insight to everything that goes on. I always aim to try to be fair. I guess the reasons why you could probably say Buzelis only got 4 minutes and 42 seconds is, one, it's obviously his first game in the regular season at least. Obviously, it's a little bit of a different tempo, a little bit of a different pressure, and maybe Billy Donovan is trying to be extra patient with him so that he doesn't, I guess, sink really quickly. We'll get to why I think that's a bad idea, but that could be a reason as to why Billy Donovan, I guess, may have sat him out for a lot of the game. Two, I guess the reason that makes no sense to me, at least, is that maybe Billy Donovan doesn't think Buzelis is better or is good enough to get into the rotation, which hurts. I think personally it hurts, and doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm going to say that's not the reason, but maybe it is the reason, and I just don't want to see it in that way. And I guess another reason, the last reason I'm going to give in terms of why Buzelis only got 4 minutes and 42 seconds in that last game, is because he's kind of giving him that Ayo Dosunmu treatment in his first season, where you need to gain the trust of the coaching staff before you get into the team and into the fray. And maybe that's what's currently happening with Buzelis. And also the fourth one, it's just one game. And maybe next game he will get more minutes. Maybe it was just a situation where something needed to happen in that specific game against the New Orleans Pelicans that took Buzelis out of the team for, I guess, the majority of the game. You know, maybe something like that may have happened. Maybe Billy Donovan's adjustments turned into, I guess, situations where the rookie doesn't get a chance. Maybe. But 4 minutes and 42 seconds, no matter how many excuses you could give, is a joke for someone that is picked with the 11th overall pick in the NBA draft and was projected to go higher for a lot of the year. A lot of people had Buzelis picked in the top 5, and some even had him picked first in the NBA draft. So we're not talking about a player that's, let's just say, we'll give Dalen Terry as the example here. A player that's unproven, a player that doesn't really have a lot of highlights to his name, a player that many people didn't want for the Chicago Bulls. Let's be honest here, a lot of people didn't want Dalen Terry at the time, and many people projected to see Dalen Terry go in the second round. Only about 2 or 3 people that I was aware of actually picked him to go with that 18th overall pick to the Chicago Bulls. This is not who we're talking about here. We're talking about a player that dropped way below what we expected, and we got lucky. That's the type of player that we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. So it does hurt, no matter how many ways you can shape it and spin it, and how many excuses you could give, or how many times you tell someone to be patient about it. It does hurt to know that when the bright lights and the games really mean something, Billy Donovan decided to go with a different lineup and didn't give the rookie the chance. And you know what comes back to bite us even more? The New Orleans Pelicans rookie played well. And it just boggles my mind. I mentioned this to a friend, and I'm going to mention it here. Maybe you guys can agree with me, maybe you can't, but the Pelicans, in my opinion, are in a much better position to compete for something this season. I don't see them as championship contenders or anything like that, but they're a very respectable, formidable, competitive team that will probably make the playoffs and make a statement in the playoffs if given the right opportunities and if everybody is healthy. That's the type of team I see the New Orleans Pelicans becoming and being. I don't see that for the Chicago Bulls. So even in that situation, where the Pelicans were thriving and they're competitive, how did their rookie get more minutes than our rookie when we are not competing? I don't see us competing for anything. I don't see us being in the playoffs. I don't see us going and competing for a championship. I barely see us in the play-in tournament. So how come a team that's in a completely different situation like the Bulls are, a team that is completely in, I wouldn't say complete rebuild mode, but in a transition, how are we not giving our youngster the chance to perform in his first game of the NBA season? Look, my 10-minute break from work is literally more than Matas Buzelis played in that game. It's so sad. And again, maybe for anybody else, it would be completely normal. Maybe for, I guess, a Javon Carter or a Torrey Craig or Julian Phillips or even a Dalen Terry, even if we disagree with those minutes going to those players or maybe those players deserve more minutes, it's understandable for those guys to get those minutes because we've seen it over the course of many years. I didn't expect to see that with Matas Buzelis in the last game, and it still kind of hurts until now. And I want to tell you why it hurts just a little bit more. Well, obviously, again, I kind of mentioned it. It's just because we're in a chance. We have a chance to really develop players, and we didn't take it. But Matas Buzelis is a player that I could truly see being one of the key guys for the Chicago Bulls. I really, really see it. And with this complete 180 that we've done, I think it's so important to see players develop. Let's just say hypothetically we do end up getting that number 1 overall pick. Again, another thing my friend suggested to me, and this is a really good thing because, you know, it's basically, it really brought a new light to why I was feeling the way I was feeling about this. Imagine if you get the first overall pick and you get Cooper Flagg, right, next season. Hypothetical. It's probably not going to happen. But let's say hypothetically it does. What does Cooper Flagg have to come... What team is Cooper Flagg coming into? Is it a team where only Kobe and Io are the ones that are developed? Or is it a team where you can finally kind of see the team camaraderie come together in a very exciting way? Where guys like Kobe and Io, sure, are developed, which is fantastic. But Matas Buzelis is developed. And then you even got guys like Patrick Williams that can hopefully develop. Probably off the bench at some point. Because, you know, how many chances can you give him? But still, you know, developing in some way. Dalen Terry developing. And Julian Phillips developing. All these guys developing in a certain way. I'd rather see that team with a player like a Cooper Flagg or any generational talent we may select in the next upcoming draft or whenever we end up selecting it. Instead of just seeing Kobe and Io because they're the only youngsters that get true significant minutes in the team. It hurts, ladies and gentlemen. It does hurt. But I must reiterate, it is just one game. I am blowing this out of proportion. I understand that. I know that. And I accept that as a Bulls fan. But what else am I supposed to do when we see 4 minutes and 42 seconds for an 11th overall pick? How many teams around the league does that? Not only in just one game, but their first game in the NBA, where you could have truly seen what they are made of when it comes to the regular season. If Matas Buzelis got even 15 minutes in this game, 15 minutes, it's not that much compared to the 48-minute game that does go around. You could have seen almost all you needed to see from that one game. Instead, we're looking at Matas Buzelis. We're looking, I guess, let's take a look. How many points did he have? We are looking at his 2 rebounds and 1 assist. And we're thinking, we've learned nothing from that one game. And how can you expect anyone to develop if they're only getting 4 minutes in a game? So look, I'm hoping for more in the next game. But if this is going to be an ongoing theme for the Chicago Bulls, then I'm really going to start looking at the coaching staff really heavily. And look, they already have a microscopic glass, whatever it is, on them. People are laser focused on them already. But then now I'm going to be the one looking at them really heavily because that, to me, should not be a recurring theme. So we'll see what happens against the Bucks and our home opener as well, whenever that is. We will take a closer look at it because I'm intrigued now. I hope we don't see that again. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.